Maritas. I'm the Assistant Manager Building Permits, and I'd like to introduce the presenters today. We have Stacy Rainwater. She is a Supervising Building Permit Specialist for the Plans Submittal Work Group. We have Caitlin Cole. She's the Plans Technician specializing in addressing. Katie Bradley, a Management Assistant. Sandy Lyman. She works with our Records Department. We have Ava Arroyo. She's a Management Assistant. Gina Cunningham, a Building Permit Specialist specializing in the Permit Issuance Work Group. Tarek Shalon, he's the Assistant Manager at Plans Exam. Vince Rado, Supervising Building Permit Specialist over Customer Service in the Fee Workup Group. Matt Brewer, Manager of Inspections. And Selena Sodif, she is a Management Assistant. The building permit process may include other departments and agencies and will require their approval prior to issuance. For land use information such as use permits, waivers, or design reviews, you'll contact Comprehensive Planning at 702-455-4314. For information on right-of-way improvements, mapping, or easements, please contact Public Works at 702-455-6000. You can also find these department web pages on the Clark County website under the department directory. It's also a good idea to check with your utility companies like Las Vegas Valley Water District or Clark County Water Reclamation. They may have a condition that will need to be met prior to the issuance or final inspection of your permit. If you are unsure of what type of contractor's license is required for a permit, or if you want to verify a contractor has a valid license, you can contact the Nevada State Contractors Board at 702-486-1100 or visit their website at nvcontractorsboard.com. The Nevada Blue Book is a great reference guide. It provides a summary and guide to Nevada statutes, regulations, and policies governing the construction industry. The frequently asked questions include topics such as who can prepare plans and what type of work a general contractor can perform. The building department website contains a lot of information to assist you with the building permit process. This is where you'll find applications, how-to guides, and frequently asked questions. The website is clarkcountynv.gov/building, or you can reach us at our main number, 702-455-3000, or contact our customer service at 702-455-8972. On the building department website under services, you'll see a list of divisions in the building department. It also includes a link to the adopted codes and a link to the Citizens Access portal. It's important to note that the building department website and the Citizens Access portal are different. To verify if Clark County is the correct permitting agency, you'll want to verify which jurisdiction the property is located in. On the building department webpage, above services, select which jurisdiction am I in? Then type in the address or parcel in the open web search box. If the jurisdiction has CC next to it, that stands for Clark County, and you will get your permits through our building department. If the jurisdiction reads Las Vegas or Henderson, you'll want to contact their building department for permitting information. Every applicant needs a Citizens Access account before they can apply for a building permit. On the building department website, select Citizens Access portal, then select it again on the next page, and in the upper right corner, select Registered for an Account. If you need additional assistance setting up a Citizens Access account, you can find detailed information under the link How to Set Up an Account on our website before you enter the Citizens Access portal. We also suggest companies use a general email to set up their Citizens Access account. That way, access isn't restricted to one employee. The associated contact with the permit is able to add additional contacts. For information on how to add a contact or delegate, there is a detailed information under the link Add an Account Delegate contact. I wanted to take a moment to talk to you about uploading plans. Attachments is reserved for inspection documents after the permit is issued. If you are trying to submit for a permit or in plan review and you use the attachment button, the plans will not be uploaded in the planner and we will not be notified. When submitting plans for a new permit or corrections, you will want to select plan room and then uploads. And then select the resume to upload the plans for review. Make sure you select finish when you are done uploading. The amendments button is used to add people or contacts, inspection agency agreements, and also to submit a revision after the permit is issued. So now we're going to talk about contractors, and so I'm going to introduce to you Gina. Gina, we're not able to hear you. Gina, are you there? I think you might be muted.
I think she might be having some technical difficulties.
Okay. Okay, well then we'll just talk about contractors. If you are a contractor, owner builders can skip this step, but you want to be sure to add a contractor's license after you've created your account. You'll do this by selecting account management and then add a license next to license information. Complete the search by adding the license type along with the state license number. Remember, this number will be preceded by 2 zeros in front of the number. So if you do not, do not exclude them. And then you're going to select find the license. Step 3 will be select connect under action and then OK when asked if you want to associate this license to your account. Once your account is linked to your contractor's license, the system will show the status as pending. If the request is approved, the status changes from pending to approved. If the request is not approved, the customer will receive a rejection email with information and directions of what needs to be done to obtain approval. Okay, so now we're going to talk about plan submittal. And so here's Stacy.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. So, assuming you already know the permit type you need, when you're ready to apply, you want to make sure to hover and select from the appropriate division. It's a little difficult to see on this slide, but in that blue ribbon at the top, it shows building, comprehensive planning, fire prevention, etc. For this example, we're going to hover over building and select apply for permits. You'll always be prompted to agree to the general disclaimer and then you may begin the process of selecting the permit type and then make your way through the application and plan submittal process. Slide 2. So if you prefer a detailed step-by-step instructions for processes like creating your account, applying for permits, uploading plans, etc., on our website's homepage, there's a link to the Citizen Access Knowledge Base if you select submitting for new permits and plans online. If you can't find what you're looking for, or if you have any questions about any permit types or the requirements of those permit types, anything submittal related, please feel free to contact our submittal team at the email address shown there below, the eplanSubmittal@clarkcountynv.gov. So I just wanted to mention that if general construction work is being performed under a general contractor, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing work should be associated with the general building permit. Be submitted separately as a standalone permit. There is an example or an exception to this example where the type 1 or type 2 hood mechanical contractor is in play. So if you ever have questions about that, also this could be associated with the walk-in cooler. So if there's anything like that that you're not sure about, if you're going to need additional permits, again, just feel free to reach out to us. We're here to help you. Slide 3. So this slide outlines the steps you would take to upload your plans and documents. So let's say that you started the application process, but you didn't upload or finish uploading all of your plans. You want to start at step 1. If you are already in the application process, on this slide, you're going to pick up around step 8 and begin selecting your files for upload. Please note that it's important to make sure you are uploading your files to the plan room, the upload section, and not attachments. I think Dana touched on that earlier. It's really important. We want to make sure that whoever needs to see your plans can see them. So it's important to make sure they're going into the right spot. So once your application is complete, it'll go into pending status. And that means that the plan submittal staff has received your application for processing in our queue. Another thing to note at this stage is that any due dates you may see right now are not accurate, right? So while the submittal department, we have service goals, the actual due dates are established when the application has been already reviewed and everything looks good and we've accepted it and it's actually, the status is in review. That's when you'll know that that due date you see is correct. So again, once the submittal is determined to be complete for review, it'll go into submitted status or in review status. The submitted status indicates that a plan review fee is due prior to us being able to accept it. The in review status indicates that plans were accepted and review comments or approval should be expected again by the due date. That's if you have any trouble, if you can't use the citizen access knowledge base for some reason and you're just not able to get through it, just shoot us an email and we'll help get you back on track, okay? So slide 4, please. So this slide is a guideline to help ensure that your files are correctly identified and categorized when uploading so that everyone who needs to access the file can and is able to also stamp it if needed. If it's a document that they just need to see, but they don't actually need to stamp as a part of your approved plan set, they'll stamp it for reference only. So it's important that even though we think, oh, it's just a spec or it's just something, supporting documentation, we want to make sure that it's not categorized as documents if it's going to need some sort of a review. Again, if you have questions about that, if you're not sure about document categories, just give us a call, give us an email. We'll be here to help you, okay? Next slide. So our final slide outlines the overall intake process where we perform a cursory review of the application and plans just to be sure that everything is complete as possible. The goal is to avoid an automatic correction from a plans examiner, which is really going to just cause more delays because every correction, that's an added 10 days on top of the time that it takes you to respond. So it's important that, you try to give us a complete submittal as possible. We do understand that, you're submitting plans to us for plan review, so they're not going to be perfect, but we do want to see a complete application, a complete set of plans and all the supporting documents. So that way we can just add your fee and put you right into plan review. So if all the plans meet the requirements and they are complete, a plan review fee will be generated and you'll receive an email with the amount that's due. Once you pay it, it'll be accepted and assigned to the plan review team. If the plans are incomplete or missing any required information, that's when the applicant will receive an email with an additional information request and the application will move to waiting on customer status. That's how you know that your plan room is open and you can start uploading any revised or additional files. So I believe that's about it for the submittal process. But again, if you have any questions, if you run into any trouble or aren't quite sure about something, we're here to help you. So please reach out to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy. Now we're going to move on to push permits. Some permit applications bypass plan submittal and go straight to plans examination. We call these push permits. Some examples are residential solar permits, standalone sub-trades like new gas lines or kennel upgrades, residential pools, demos, and revisions. When submitting for a permit, be sure to answer all the questions, read all the help language, and upload all the required plans and documents to avoid incomplete submittals or the wrong application type. We also have simple residential and commercial online permits that do not require any plan review. They include solar field reviews and electrical, mechanical, and plumbing replacements such as water heaters, furnace and condensers, or replacing an electrical panel. Now we're going to talk about plans examination, and I'm going to introduce you to Tara.
Good afternoon, everybody. With plan review started, we need a complete submittal and correct permit type, or a correction letter will be sent. The processing status, for that, you see the instructions for how to check a permit status on our website by selecting Citizens Access Portal on the left side. On the next page, select Check Your Permit Status. A check mark means this status is complete. An hourglass means the status is in process. Next slide. If corrections are required, for that, you can see the video instructions for how to review issues or conditions on our website by selecting Citizens Access Portal on the left side. On the next page, select E-Plan and then reviewing issues, conditions, and notes. See the video instructions for how to upload corrections on our website by selecting Uploading Corrected Plans and Docs. In the Citizens Access Portal, go to Plan Room and then Uploads, and then select Resume to upload the corrected plans, and it's similar to when you first submitted your plans for permit. Be sure to select Finish so that a notification can be sent to the plans examiner. For approval, once all review disciplines are complete, the permit application will go to plan coordination and then permit issue for fee workup. Note that you must be a listed contact on the permit application to submit corrections, revisions, download, approve plans, or to pay fees. Next slide, please. Our service goals or plan review timeframe. And these are calendar days, all of them. Commercial 21 days, commercial minor 14 days, commercial 7 days, center plans 21 days, custom single family residence 21 days, residential minor 14 days, revisions 10 days, phase projects 42 days, corrections and all subsequent reviews, it's 10 calendar days. Now note that commercial projects have a valuation of $250,000 or greater. Commercial minor, it's less than 250,000. Commercial 7-day, less than 100,000. Residential minor are all residential projects that are not standard plans or custom homes. Phase projects must be approved through a phase design agreement. Next slide, please. For any questions, you can send all your questions to the email you see on the screen, billingservices@clarkcountyonv.gov, or call the number 702-455-8011. Thank you.
Thank you, Tarek. Now we're going to discuss addressing, and here's Caitlin.
The Addressing Work Group is under the Permit Application Center Division, known as PAC. The Addressing Work Group is responsible for the following: maintenance of the addressing database, coordinating with the assessors, GIS, 911 agencies, and utilities, addressing of subdivision maps, reviewing new street names and street name changes, approving address changes, and coordinating and supporting zoning plans examinations assignment of addresses to new building permits. And then at the bottom there is our email and phone number. If you have any questions about addressing, please feel free to contact us at ccbdaddressing@clarkcountynv.gov or give us a call at 702-455-5333. For suite assignment for retail, commercial, and industrial complexes, a suite address will correspond to the floor it is on. Example, the first floor will begin with 100, the second floor with 2200, a suite address, or with the second floor with 200. A suite address will be in increments of 5 or more to accommodate future subdividing. For example, 100, 105, and 110. A suite address will not be an alpha or alphanumeric mix. Renovated buildings must comply with current suite and unit address assignments. And again, here's our contact information. If you have any questions for the addressing group, you can email us at ccbdaddressing@clarkcountynv.gov or give us a call at 702-455-5333.
And now we're going to talk about plan coordination. Here's Gina.
Okay, just want to make sure. Can you hear me? So I was having technical issues.
We can hear you, Gina.
Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. Okay, so for plan coordination, this is when the permit goes to the plan coordination team, and then we attach all the required conditions. Once all the conditions are processed, the permit will move into pending fee workup status, and then it goes over to our fee workup team. Some of the general prior to permit issuance conditions that you may see applied to your permit is Las Vegas Valley Water District, Clark County Water Rec, a DES permit, other water sources as like a well driller's report. If you're on septic, we might ask for the sewer source. Inspection agreements, subcontractor declaration form, a completed application form, an owner builder affidavit, or a property line authorization form. And if you have any questions, you can go ahead and reach out to us at eplanissuance@clarkcountynv.gov.
Now we're going to talk about fee workup. And here's Vince.
Good afternoon. The fee workup occurs once all reviews and workflow tasks have been completed by all the departments. Fees are based on project valuation. Project valuation is determined by the total value of work, including materials and labor. The complete definition of valuation can be found in the 2018 Administrative Code, which can be found on our website at Clark County Building Department under Services, Library, and then Current Code Ordinances. And then you'll click on the 2018 code. There is also a fee calculator to provide you with an estimated estimated fees for the type of permit. This can be found on the Clark County Building website under Services, Permit Issuance, and then in the fee calculator. Note that if the permit is for a new building or an addition, development impact fees may be assessed. This slide provides information about the development impact fees, which includes links to ordinances and other websites. For the fee calculator, you select the click on the fee calculator button at the top right of the page. Once you click on that, you'll be able to select the type of permit that you would like to estimate a fee on. For building permits, you select the permit at the left side of the calculator. Enter the project valuation, then click Calculate. The estimated fees will then display. Plan review fees are collected at the time of submittal, but all other fees will be paid at the time of permit issuance. And we have a restamp process. Is when the permit is in pending fee workup status, the fee workup team is verifying all data entry as well as approval stamps. If there are any missing data or approval stamps on the plans, or do not have the appropriate stamps, the permit will be placed back into in review status for a restamp. It gets sent back for restamps. Once the restamp process is completed, the permit returns to pending fee workup status, and that's when the fees are calculated. Once the fees are calculated, the permit will be placed in ready to issue. The contact person on the permit will then receive 2 emails. First email state that the permit is ready to be issued, and it will have an attachment of the fees for the invoice of all the fees that are due. And then the second email will include any conditions of approval that are required prior to being able to pay for the permit and prior to the permit being issued. And that's all for fee workup. If you have any questions, you can email the CCBD permit fees at clarkcountynv.gov. Thank you.
Thank you, Vince. And now for permit issue, it's Gina again.
Okay, so permits in ready to issue status. With conditions required, you're going to send those over to our e-plan issuance at clarkcountynv.gov email address. To see a list of possible conditions of approval and how to meet those, you can go to our website and select services on the left side. On the next page, you'll select permit issuance and then select conditions of approval. And then if you need further assistance or you have questions with prior to permit issuance conditions, you can contact us at eplanissuance at clarkcountynv.gov. And then when it comes time to pay your fees, once the conditions are satisfied, the permits can be paid for by the licensed contractor or the owner builder through the Citizens Access portal. Only the listed contacts on the permit are able to make those payments. A copy of the receipt and permit are then emailed over to the customer directly, and then the approved plans are available for download after the permit has been issued. If customers would like to pay via wire transfer or would like information on how to set up a trust account, you can reach out to our finance department at bdfpfinance@clarkcountynv.gov. And then once again, if you have questions, you can reach out at eplanissuance at clarkcountynv.gov.
Thank you, Gina. And now we're going to talk about revisions. And here's Tarek.
He's coming.
Okay, revisions. Applying for a revision. Once a permit has been issued, or is a permit issued, or is active, a revision can be submitted using the amendment button. You can find the information on how to apply for a revision on our website by selecting Citizens Access Portal on the left side. The next page, select Citizens Access Knowledge Base, and then select Submitting Plan Revisions. Next slide, please. Revisions and inspections. How revisions can affect inspection. Revisions must be approved prior to scheduling inspections. Work shall not conceal or load areas without approved revisions. All revisions must be approved prior to the scheduling of final inspections. If a revision was created on accident and you would like information on how to request a withdrawal for a revision still in review status, please go to our website and select Services on the left side. On the next page, select Permit Issuance and then select Sample Letters. Then locate the link Withdrawal Letter for Revisions still in review status.
Thank you, Tarek.
Thank you.
So for revisions with additional scope, revisions additional scope can be used to add height, valuation, square footage to the original record. For example, if the original scope is for a new shell building, a revision additional scope could be submitted to increase the footprint or add square footage to the building. Revisions additional scope requires an hourly plan review form, for which can be found on our website by selecting Services. On the next page, select plan submittal, then select application forms. Then locate the PDF title hourly plan review. You will also need to indicate the additional construction valuation, square footage, or height on the hourly form. Revisions additional scope may not be used for some permit types such as pools, signs, fences, grading, or standard plans. Revisions additional scope of work cannot be used to change the scope of work on the original permit or add scope for separate permits. For example, if the original scope was to construct a detached garage, you would not be able to submit a revision additional scope to add an accessory living quarter to the permit. And now here, we're going to talk about inspections, and here's Matt.
Thanks, Dana. Hello, everybody. So the intent of field inspections is to verify that a legal current permit has been issued, the scope of the permit matches the work being performed, the contractor is working from an approved set of construction documents, and the work being performed meets what is depicted on the plans and what is needed to meet base code. Okay, next slide, please. There's so many different types of inspections. We can't go over all of them here, but I just wanted to make sure everybody had our contact information. So if you have any inspection related questions, you can reach out to us and we'll be happy to help you. You can obtain your inspector's contact information from our website by selecting services on the left-hand side and then selecting inspections. And then on the next page, you would select assignment areas, and then you would select the building inspector contact list. That little box right there shows you what it would look like. And hopefully when you click on it, you can read it. And it gives you all the inspection emails and their phone numbers. You can also view inspector assignment areas by selecting the building assignment area map. That'll take you to the one on the right-hand side. It'll show you who's assigned to what geographical area in Clark County. Field inspections, we work Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 4:30. But just keep in mind on Monday and Friday, we are short-staffed because we are splitting those shifts to cover Mondays and Fridays. And if you refer to the contact list, it'll tell you which inspectors are working which days. Okay, next slide, please. So to schedule inspections, there's multiple ways. The most common is to use the Citizens Access portal. You're going to hover over the building tile, and then you'll select schedule an inspection. Then the other way, you could also go through our website and select the little safety vest, schedule an inspection. And then, so you first go to services, then inspections, then schedule an inspection. And you want to make sure that you select schedule an in-person inspection. Those, an in-person one means an inspector will actually show up to the job site. If you select the video inspection, then that's going to take you to another screen where you will select a time and date that you want to perform a video inspection. Video inspections are only eligible for certain items like water heaters and HVAC changeouts. So just be wary of that. You'll have to enter the permit number, and that'll take you to a list of all the possible inspections that you can schedule. Some are, now all the inspectors are going to show up. Some are required, some are optional, because there's so many different types of work out there. We can't script the system to know exactly what your project needs for inspections, but if you have any questions, please just reach out to us and we'll help you through that process. And the last way you can schedule inspections is by calling the field services counter at 702-455-8040. They'll help schedule you, they'll help with any questions, or they can get you routed to an inspection supervisor or inspector. Okay, next slide, please. And if that's it. So if you have any questions, you can email developing@clarkcountynv.gov or call us at 702-455-8040.
Thank you, Matt. And now we're going to talk about records. And here's Sandy.
Okay, to search for building, fire prevention, or code enforcement records, Step one, you have to go to Citizen Access Portal and hover over Building and select Search Permits. Step two, change the start date. And step three, enter a permit number or street number and a street name. And then select Search. And you can also narrow your search by selecting the permit type that you would like to see. Next, please. All right, step five, click on any of the column headers to sort the column. So for building and fire prevention code enforcement will show with the prefix of BFC. Building records will have the prefix of BD. Fire prevention records will have the prefix of FP. This search will also allow the status of the permit or the complaint. And you also have the option to download this result to an Excel file. Just click on that download button. Next. So what records are available for building and fire? Building permits and related documents are available from 1970s to present. Commercial buildings from the 70s to present. Custom homes are from mid-90s to present. Subdivision tract homes are from mid-70s to present. Hotel plans are from 1970 to present. Now, documents may be limited prior to the mid-1990s. Building and fire prevention code enforcement documents from 1998 to present, and fire prevention documents are from 1960s to present. To search for records, go to our website and select Services on the left side. On the next page, select Records and then Document Image Search. If you would like to view the documents, permits, or complaints, you can search by location or by records number. Next. So to request for copies of documents, please complete the Building and Fire Prevention Public Records Request form and email it to dsrecords@clarkcountynv.gov. Records request form is located in the Building and Fire Prevention Public Records Request tab. Request should identify as specifically as possible the type of records, subject matter, approximate dates, and the desired method of delivery. By submitting your request in writing, this will ensure a timely response. And for additional information, you can contact the Building Department Records Office at 702-455-3029. Public records request, records research, and viewing records may also be done at our location at 4701 West Russell Road, Las Vegas, Nevada 89118. So for more information regarding our records department and searching for records, please go to our website and select Services on the left-hand side. Then on the next page, select Records. Next, please. To search for Inspection History Report, you can go to our website, select Services again on the left side, and on the next page, select Records and then Inspection History. And the next page will then prompt you to search with the permit number. You can also view the records or the reports through the Citizen Access Portal. Just hover over the building and select Inspection History Report. It will then prompt you to search by permit numbers. Next, please. So if you have any records question, reach out to dsrecords@clarkcountynv.gov or 702-455-3029. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. So the disclaimer, this information is current at the time of the presentation. Our procedures are subject to change as we are dedicated to making improvements to our processes and improving our customer service. Please visit our website for up-to-date information on our programs. Thank you. This concludes our presentation today.